one of the ways I try to bring this to life is a concept that I highlight in writing with that I call bloom where you're planted. Now, this basic concept is, first of all, recognizing that we all can feel stuck sometimes. Okay, maybe it's, your job isn't where you saw yourself 5 years ago. Maybe you're watching a colleague of yours, which you're proud of them getting promoted, but you kind of under your breath feel like you deserved it before they did. You're kind of wondering when it's your turn, and these daily frustrations that we can feel can add up. They can be real, and if they're unchecked, it can morph into something deeper, like resentment. It can turn into bitterness. It can maybe even, become a slow burning sense of defeat that you define yourself with. So that frustration, I have found, often lives in people who are ambitious. And I think ambition is good. I think it's a gift, and I think we all should be ambitious. So I'm not trying to say that that's a bad thing, but because ambition means you care and you want to make a higher contribution to those around you, your community, and your workplace. But when it clouds your outlook before you've even maxed out your current position, I think that can hold you back. And what I mean by that is we should focus more on competency, our own individual competency, than our individual ambition. So at the office, this takes the form of, you know, asking to take something on new, offering to maybe lead a project. So show some initiative. Most good leaders, bosses, they're going to jump at a chance to elevate somebody from the inside. And this is where, the analogy that I have post up here of an apple tree is what I want to try to bring this to life. And let's pretend we all like apples, okay? And we want an apple. In this case, the fruit, the apple, is going to be the reward. So it's what we're chasing, and that's basically representing, success. It's representing recognition, maybe money, maybe promotion, whatever it may be that motivates you. The apple is what we're chasing. Here's the problem: apples don't just pop out of thin air, okay? They grow from a healthy tree. And we all know that for that tree to be healthy, it's got to have really strong roots. And before you can have really strong roots, you got to plant a seed. So let's break this down. The seed is us. That's our potential. That's our willingness to start. We plant that seed. The roots, that's our experiences. Those are the challenges, the successes, the failures, the lessons that have grounded each of us. And then the tree, that's our competency. Those are the skills, the discipline, the habits that we develop over time that define us as individuals, that define that tree. The fruit, that's the reward. Again, the reason why I'm going through this maybe silly example is that what I'm trying to say is notice the order with which things develop. The fruit that we're all chasing comes last. Even though every one of us wants an apple, if you only focus on the reward without investing in the seed, without developing the roots, without cultivating that tree, you're going to end up disappointed. You're going to end up burned out. You're going to wonder why success feels so elusive, why everybody else seems to get apples and I'm just sitting here watching it sail by. The shift we need is to stop fixating on the fruit and start tending to the seed, start nurturing those roots, start developing our own tree of competency. Because if you invest in yourself, if you invest in your growth, your competency, not only will no one be able to take that away from you, but the apples will come. And when they come, they're going to keep coming.